All right, we're live. Let me refresh. Get everything set. Nothing yet. Can't see it. Still waiting. All right. I think we're good. We're live. Let's start off with haircuts. I was supposed to get one today. It didn't happen. So now, yeah, we're a little sloppy, but tomorrow we will be fresh. Ken, what's up?
What's up, guys? How are you doing? I'm excited. Our last show for 2017. I'm just excited about this. Can't believe that the year's over already. Flew by.
Oh, I know. You're just big time flew by. Like it was crazy. Just like different ideas that we had 2017 and all of a sudden you're just like, "Oh man, doing this, doing that." Now it's already going to be 2018. So it's been crazy. Let me
Yep.
see who's in the chat. Danny Ryder, what's up? Jeff, good man, Jeff. Mimi, dig long hair. It's funny. Kim, what's up? Gas pump, what's up? Let me see. Nick RB. Panda Rose, good to see you. Pingu the Penguin, always good to see Pingu the Penguin on here. Wilson Bragg, what's up? And let me see, more people coming in. Zombries, good to see you too. Daniel, Michael Lopez Vlogs, what's up? And Cindy, hey. Ryan, let's see, haircut, haven't had one in 5 years. Victor S, what's up? All right, so more and more people coming in to the live show, and we'll talk about the goals. Before we get into goals and what's going to happen with the channel, what are we looking on doing? Let's also talk a little bit about raw stuff. I can't wait until we go back to normal.
Just been so busy, huh?
Oh man, like Burlington isn't even an option at this point because you already know the lines are just so crazy that I'm like, why am I even gonna walk into this store?
I actually walked into Burlington one time and I literally just walked and then picked up one Kobe and then left. And then it was so smooth that it reminded me of you. Like, why does Glenn always have to encounter all long lines? And I just picked up one shoe and then just leave. It was so
Yeah,
smooth.
I'm just like, see ya.
You're just jinxed, man.
Oh man, I just think, oh, everybody in the live chat, same thing. Like Ross definitely is packed during this time, but at least we have that return things that somewhat helps us. Burlington, we're just stuck. Like we can't do anything. You have
Yep.
to wait in line with everybody else. Ryan, Disney has fast-paced lines. Why can't Ross have those?
Yeah, they do if you have returns.
That'd be pretty cool though. Like a little fast pass. Make some
Yep.
extra money on that. SJR said, walk into Ross hoping I don't find anything because the line is the back of the store. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, baby, I know the hair's a little wild. We're going to get a haircut tomorrow. We'll be fresh for Christmas. But as of right now, we're looking a little sloppy, but it's okay.
Well, let's talk about what happened this week, man. They finally hang Kobe Bryant's numbers.
Oh, yeah, number 8, number 24, finally up there. And it kind of sucked that they lost the game, but
It was such a good game too.
I know they did everything they could.
Yeah, they tried.
They tried. Yeah, can't say I'll try. We'll try to try. Yeah, they did all right.
So did you actually able to get the Kobe T-shirts that I was sending you?
No, so Ken sent me a link of the Kobe Nike shirts that came out, and they were gone within minutes. I was like, well, there we go. No, that kind of sucks.
No, you just gotta pay resell.
Oh, I know. Zombies, let's talk about Call of Duty Nuketown Zombies. That's kind of funny. Yeah, that's actually, we're going to talk about that in another video. Anthony Voss, what's up? Victor, Kobe Land was awesome. I know it looked awesome too. I saw people on Instagram and stuff. Lobo found a Judge All-Star Game shirt. That's pretty cool. Burlington, $6.
Wow.
Let me see. Okay, so everybody in live chat, looks like we're kind of somewhat settled down. Jeff, Newtown Zombies makes me cry. Wilson,
Dude,
what's up?
do you see my Instagram post? I saw 4 of them in one store in a TJ Maxx.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. You did tell me.
Yeah, but it was like 14.99. Is that the normal price?
About mine, yeah, it was 13.99, I think, at Ross.
Yeah, so but I already knew it as soon as I saw it. I was like, man, I'm just too late to the party, and I saw like listings. People are selling for like 37 shipped.
Oh, so it's gone down big time then. Because originally it was supposed to be like discontinued item.
Right. I mean, I
So that's
guess
kind of
they
weird.
made so much of it that they found a full warehouse. Oh, we found 50,000 more of this, and let's just sell it to Ross.
Let's just get this out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
kind of sucks. So I kind of figured that would kind of happen too. And that was one of the biggest finds of 2017. So I think next week or the week after that, I'm gonna post top 10 Ross finds of 2017 from the channel. And it's not gonna be just from Ross finds of the week. It's just gonna be a mixture between hauls and other stuff.
mm,
So I think it'd be a pretty cool video. You guys can see that, and I kind of rank them as far as like what I liked about them and everything. So that
okay.
video will be coming out pretty soon.
Cool.
All right. So let's talk about goals. 2018 business wise, reselling goals, channel goals, and what's going on. Do you want to start off with obviously 2017 was huge for you because you just started reselling. Now you're
Yep.
making big money doing the reselling. So, what are you going to do for 2018 that's different from 2017 as far as eBay goes?
Well, definitely, I've learned a lot. If you guys notice that, basically my last 30 days is almost I've made what I made in the last 90 days, last 3 months is basically almost half on what I made the last year. I just started March this year, and a lot of it was just the learning curve and just building enough capital to roll into the business. So 2018 is definitely gonna be, somewhat smoother, or somewhat, I've built the experience. I've done this for at least 9 months now, a little bit more seasoned, but I definitely still have uh I still have big goals. I want to double what I've done this year. So next year, just putting it out there on the record, Hustle B will be 200K by this time next year. Uh, so that's the thing, and not just that. It's not about the numbers, but going to talk about this more on our plans without Hustle. But it's just really getting to reach out and help a lot more people through the platform that we have in Instagram, and through YouTube with the Hustler Hacks channel. So that's the thing, and I want to increase my ASP so I don't have to hold a lot of quantity. So uh, my I just told Glenn this earlier that my ideal goal size will be having just 1,000 items. So that would be my goal. So maybe under 1,000 listings, because thinking about I'll have quantities. So that's the thing. And just being more focused on that, and I know it will bring up a lot of time, and that's why me and Glenn are gonna be traveling more and just doing a lot more stuff with the reselling community, and just in general helping people.
Yeah, I think that now because the first year, so 2017, you haven't really gotten a full year of reselling yet. So I
Mhm.
think your goals are different than mine when it comes to reselling because now you're looking on just building up
Right.
and gaining more momentum. Now you kind of figured it out because your first couple of months is trying to like figure out the process. What are you gonna do? How's it gonna work? And then you got into the great momentum, making sales, everything going. Now it's about growth.
Yeah.
2018. That's at least what I'm kind of thinking from your.
Yeah. Definitely growth, and being more strategic with seasonality of it. Understanding seasonality better, and understanding certain products that move faster than others. Because I really don't want to have a really fast sell through. I want it to be, maybe 30 days sell through. That's what I'm thinking. More kind of the relaxed way. uh, because the fact that we're gonna be out for at least 1 week every month. No, I mean, doing out hustle and just from recovering from traveling and stuff like that. So that's the goal, and hopefully, there's gonna be a lot more speaking and engagement next year and the years to come. So that's what I'm gonna be more focused on.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I think in that case. And here's the thing with eBay. Like I love eBay, I love sourcing, of course, out hustled. All of that mostly came from, yeah, like Ross Finds doing all this. The big difference between this and like merch by Amazon is like I don't have to have room in my house with a
Right.
bunch of inventory. So like I'm not gonna let go of either one of them. I love doing both of them, but I think as far as like convenience wise and not having to ship out items, not having to source items, merch by Amazon is a totally different platform from eBay and everything. So I really want to scale that up, but so I know I don't really talk about. I think neither one of us really talk about a lot of profit wise and like bragging about numbers. I think only when we hit certain milestones, like you hit a certain milestone for December.
Hmm.
You won the bet you had with Nicole, which we didn't talk about that yet. You
Yeah.
won that. You posted that, like, okay, cool. This is where I am. This is what happened. Same thing I kind of did with merch. Like, I hit 100K in actual profit for merch. This is
Right.
where I am. Other than that, you're not really gonna see us, I guess, like 24/7 about like, oh hey, I just sold this. Okay, cool. Unless you're following the out dot hustle, that's part of the challenge for
Yeah.
to kind of help people learn. But that's like a totally different thing. So I think for this year, like right now with eBay, some YouTube money, merch, I average between like 8 to 10K profit a month. Or like I would really want to be 12 to 15K a month profit, like not sales.
Hmm.
Sales is totally different. We're talking about your actual money that you're able to keep and actually you made.
Hmm.
Um, so for me, like 8,000, I think, I mean, that's nothing to complain about, but I think to really get to like 12, 15,000 range, changes have to be made to get to that point. Um, and we kind of talked about this, like with eBay, I think what you have to kind of focus on, how much do you really want to make on eBay? Not this goes for us and the people in the chat, and how are you going to get to that point? And you have to kind of reverse engineer it on how you're going to get there. And so for me, if I was making like 4,000 a month profit from eBay, I'm fine with that because the rest is going to come from merch and everything else that's going on from that. But in order to make, let's say for an example, $1,000 profit per month, I mean per week on eBay, you could find 40 items a week that's going to make you $25 profit or more.
Or you could cut that in half. You
Yeah.
could find 20 items a week with a $50 profit.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that kind of structure behind your goal, because saying it out loud, saying like I want to do 1,000 a week without the understanding of this is how much inventory you need to buy and sell. Because
Yeah.
eventually what you're gonna buy, the amount of the items that you're gonna buy is the amount of items that you're gonna sell once everything cycles through. So I've reached a point that during this time Q4, I will never be able to replenish what sells.
Yeah.
So, in all honesty, looking at the bigger spectrum, yes, sales are good, but my inventory has drastically dropped
Yeah.
because of the fact that it's it's Q4 time, Christmas time. Everybody's buying with me. So, in times that I can buy 10, there's probably other five individuals that got one of each of those items, that I'm only left with five. So that's this, talking about strategy, that what I've done since August was bulking up for Q4 has definitely paid off. A lot of
Yeah.
people have questioned like, man, you're carrying so much inventory. Why don't you just sell quick? Uh, yes, I'll sell quick at the high price in Q4, and that's what happened. I was still able to maintain, maybe with just my recent week was 47% net profit with my ROI 215%. So
Yeah.
but because the only reason why I got that, because I was patient and didn't sell out in September and October and waited for November and December.
Yeah. And that's the thing though, is like not everybody's going to have first off enough capital or enough room, but you have to figure out what's going to work for you. And like what you just talked about is kind of keeping track of the replenishables and how you're going to do it. So we talked about reverse engineering, and if it's $1,000 per week, you have to almost like, okay, well, I went to Ross this day, projected profit on the low end, I should make, okay, from this little mini haul, I don't know, $80. And then later on you went to another store, I should be able to make another $50. Like keep track of all this. So and then when Friday comes around, okay, well, I got Friday and Saturday left for this week. I haven't hit the $1,000 yet. I'm still like $200 short.
Mm.
I maybe need to go sourcing a little bit more, and then I can get to the $1,000 projected profit. Of course, not everything's going to sell immediately, but you're putting yourself in that position to actually get to that point because you're finding these items, you're listing the items. Eventually, those are going to sell, and then the next week comes around. Now you're getting into those next group of finds to get you 1,000 for that next week. But that's just like 4,000 on my end because I want to make like 7 to 10K on merch. I mean, that's like a totally different thing, but that's from like eBay type goals. Everybody in the live chat, what is your eBay? What would you like to be making on eBay profit wise per month? Let me know in the live chat, and how we can kind of get to that point, or what makes sense to get to that point. Just put yourself in that position, like to get that amount of money that you want. So that's for like kind of like eBay wise. As far as profit goes, I don't know. Have you kind of talked about what are you kind of looking for profit wise? I guess.
Yeah. So since my profit is 50%, it's been 47 to 56% range. So I just even it out to 50%. Plus minus. Uh, I want to sell 30,000 in sales and profit half of that, so 15,000 net net profit
Okay.
on that one. So with that one, that's really more than what I need, and then with that kind of income, I can actually put some money on the side for just some future investments and just some savings. When we're planning to have kids in the next year or two, so that's just something that we want to put some savings on, and then eventually, once we settle in and we find a place where we want to stay, uh, to either buy a house or invest in a house for a rental house, or some more of like a long term investment. That would be our next plan.
Okay. And to keep this in mind, like for everybody else out there, so he's talking about 15, like let's say 15,000 profit. That's for him, like, and his wife. I mean, there are two people that are both running it, which is more than enough.
Yeah.
If you guys both did that, you'd be completely fine with making the
Yeah.
15K. And it's kind of like the same thing, like kind of like an R end. Well, my wife, she works, she makes her own money because of the family business. I'm doing my own thing with merchant eBay. But eventually I do want to have her help me on the eBay side. And if that happens, then I can definitely scale up more on the eBay side. Because I know that she can handle more of kind of like what your wife is kind of helping you out
Right.
with.
Admin stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's totally different. And really you can boost up numbers when you have help like that. So, some of the people in the chat, Caroline, what's up? Jeff, yeah, wants to get to like 10K a month. David says 3 or 4. K Alphabet Soup 10K. A year would be good because I'm 15. There we go. Hey, I'll definitely take that. I was 15.
Yeah, at least you're starting now. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
wish I
definitely.
started eBay when I was 15.
Yeah. Victor 2000 selling 50 items with $40 profit, which is smart. Like you're thinking about
Yeah.
how much money you want to make for the items. And this is where we kind of talked about too that yes, let's say for example, Stance socks, if you sold them individually, may not be worth Hustlebee's time if he's making 200% ROI on an item. Like,
Yeah,
are you going to spend the time to make, to sell something for 10 to 12 bucks? Maybe
right,
a
right.
lot of them of
Yeah,
10 or 15 would be worth his time,
mhm,
but individually it may not be.
right.
But let's say for someone that is, let's say Alphabet Soup, that's making, or that wants to make a certain amount, that would be worth it in his time, low capital, and you could put it together in a bundle and make the money.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, and also, keep in mind that I got here because of all that crazy sacrifice. I wouldn't advise anybody, like I had multiple late car payments, cell phone bill late payments. It was so aggressive that I'm looking at it now is end of the year, and I'm like, man, how did I do it? It
Yeah.
was just that hunger was there, and I wish, uh, I know a little bit of that will be taken away. It just comes with your comfort zone. But I'm gonna be exploiting different avenues to get me out of the comfort zone, because I think that's something that, when even you've been selling for quite a while and you've dabbled into a lot of platform, and then now you've landed merch with eBay, and now you're growing your YouTube channel, in which is, in somewhat an income on the side as well. So that's what I want to do. Eventually, just focus on one thing at a time, and eventually grow out of something, and be satisfied at one thing. Uh, so yeah, that's really the, like I just want to have, my goals are very aggressive, uh, just for the fact, because I know that that's one thing that will wake me up every morning. That's one thing that I wanna share to people, that this year, because of the fact that my goals were so big, and my goals were so daunting, I actually I actually said it multiple times every day, that I wish I had more time during the day. I wish it was more than 24 hours. And that's when I know that it was something that I really loved, and when it was something that I really cared for. It's not like when I was working as a supervisor in a call center, it was like, man, is it 5 yet?
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking, it's like, crap, it's 1 in the morning and we haven't ate dinner yet. Okay, let's whip up some peanut butter and jelly. That's
Yeah.
dinner. Let's go to bed. And so that's one thing that I wish I could share to everybody. That feeling that I want you guys to figure out something that you really love the most, that you are asking for more time, instead of saying, is it time yet?
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, it would be the opposite.
And you talked about like kids in the mix, which things totally changed. Like our family man Jeff, family of five, and Jeff has been. I'm super proud of Jeff. I met him in Phoenix, and he's just come a long way, and he's made really, really good money for him and his family from eBay selling. One of the really good stories, from just different people that I've met, that really has the heart and dedication to get it done, and with a family, I don't know how he does it. That's huge goals, I think, family wise and making money. I mean, that's tough right there. And he has a good point earlier. He also talked about raising ASP and ROI is the key. You can only run so far before you run out of time.
Mhm.
So really, really good stuff. There from Jeff. Slime face. What I'm thinking about playing for 2018 Q4. Um, no, it's not too early. I mean, you just start planning and working your way up there, just like what Ken had did. I mean, Ken had started to he held on also different items that sold later on in December that helped him
Mhm.
make that more money in December. So you can work your way up there and get that figured out. You have plenty of time to do that, and you'll be
Yeah.
ready for November and December.
Right. I mean, exactly. Like, I was even thinking, I was just throwing it out there. I was talking to a few resellers that, man, my 60 days looks so good that I could literally live. If I grow big enough, I could literally just work 2 quarters of the year, and the other two will be just uh restocking. If
Yeah.
you think about it, you could just shop for the other 2 quarters, take vacation, go wherever you want, like live a traveler life, and then on Q4 and first quarter, uh, go go sell and just ship, and you don't have to worry about uh, replenishing your inventory because you've done it. And I've posted this in my Instagram that the concept that I live is you reap what you sow. So just the harvest, typical harvest. Whatever you put in your eBay, eventually it's gonna sell. But here's the thing: you have to plant good seeds to have good harvest. So that's what you have to figure out. You can like you can test, like, is corn a better crop to raise, or is apples gonna be better, or oranges are gonna be better. So that's I have that concept in my mind because the reason why I could sell this much, I mean, I don't know if everybody knows it and follows it, but before Q4, I had 139,000 worth of inventory. So I've built through the year. I mean, from March until it hits in November, I've built through all that, just planted, and then now I could just sit down and just watch the harvest. So make sure you have that kind of strategy and that outlook, and it applies in life, right? You plant goodness, you reap goodness. You plant hate, you reap hate. So it's a very good principle to live by. So that's the thing. It's definitely, if you're planning on Q4 now, it's definitely good. I mean, I was looking into toys this year, not for selling this year, but learning toys and how it operates for 2018.
Yeah. There we go. And getting ready for that. And going at the same time, like ABB talked about like a reliable car. And that's another thing too, that so outside of the business stuff, other goals that me and you and Jeff I've also talked about too with it's like in your case, reliable car, you've been putting on good miles on it, which we know
Yeah.
you've been driving. That's another issue thing that might come down the road that if you do need to get another vehicle. Are you traveling as much? Are you driving as much? We'll see over time. Another thing that we had talked about was just like physical health and eating. Like me, you, and Jeff are like, man, this reselling thing, we're putting on some pounds. Like, like it starts when you're working so much, it starts to like take its toll. I'm like, oh man, how are you gonna fit in some gym time in there? And
Yeah.
then at one point, I was like, okay, I have to get back into it. Like, I can't have this. Like,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
just can't do it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing, right? I mean, especially for you, it's you and Jeff are in the reselling, has been in the reselling game for quite some time, and I mean, you guys know it firsthand. That, I mean, I'm just experiencing it right smack dab in the middle of it. Like, man, I need to size up, and I just have to like stop myself. Nope, I just need to size down what I'm eating. So like I'm catching myself, like, between me and my wife, we have, like, used to, like, I'd buy my own Chipotle, she'd buy her own. That's like, no, let's cut our portion in half and let's just share one and stuff like that. So like, and that's eventually, like, everybody knows this. Most the I've ate the most ramen this year than I've ate in my whole life. But that's not good. That's a sacrifice that I took. I did that. I sacrificed my health, but it can't go long. For a certain period of time, you can sacrifice your health for something, uh, for a future thing. For building a foundation for your business. I think any businessman can tell you this. I mean, you guys seen Gary Vaynerchuk. He said he was making fun of himself. He was like Fat Gary, but
Yeah.
at some point you have to catch your health and stuff like that. So eventually, once everything's running smoothly and stuff like that, yeah, that I want to be ripped. I want to be the bona fide B.
The boy wants to be swole.
Yeah. And then we're
Bona
gonna have
fide B.
a different Instagram page about all about workout, how
That's
to work out at
hilarious.
Ross. Make sure you have two carts, fill it with shoes, and don't buy them all. You just return them all.
We'll start doing, yeah, some curls in there.
There you go. Jeff said 10 pounds a month. That's a good goal. Lose
There you go,
10 pounds.
10K a month and 10 pounds a month. Oh man, that's hilarious. And let me see. Okay, so we talked about that. Oh man, where am I? Okay, let me get this thing organized. All right, so let's get into the channel. What are the things that we're planning to change? Obviously, you have a good part of the channel, which we do Wednesday shows. You know, I've been trying to figure out ways to build up the channel. As of right now, how the YouTube channel works is that Monday is usually out hustled or a haul video or a tip video. Tuesday, I'm not doing anything as far as the channel goes. Wednesday, live show. Thursday, no content. Friday, Ross finds of the week, which have been consistent for the last I don't know how many months. And then Saturday and Sunday, also no content. So that's also, I mean, that's a huge deal that something has to change in order to build up the channel. So we're letting you guys know right now, Hustler Hacks will now be a prank channel. We're now be doing pranks. Just
We're gonna be pranking Ross employees. We're gonna do steal pranks. We're gonna rob a Burlington Coat factory. That's gonna be the real Hustler Hacks.
yeah,
Inventory. How to get inventories for free.
yeah, no more making money. Just straight pranks now. So yeah, we're gonna change. The thing is, like, I need to add more valuable content. We know what needs to be done. I need to switch off also like sourcing days and have a new schedule. So here's what I have planned and what I'm not gonna do, and why I chose not to do certain things. I've gotten let me tell you first off what I'm not gonna do. I've gotten just different emails on like Burlington finds of the week, Marshall's finds of the week. We already have Ross finds of the week. When you start to oversaturate something, it just starts to get kind of old. And then to where like Ross finds of the week does good because it's kind of like its own thing. You already know on Fridays, you're expecting it already. So Ross finds of the week is not going to change. If we added on Marshall's find of the week, Burlington finds of the week, it's just too redundant. It's going to be, we're pretty much going to water down what a somewhat great show had already been there of Ross finds of the week. So that wouldn't really make sense, I think, to add more of that. Let's just keep Ross finds of the week where it is, keep building that up. So here's how it's going to go. If you've been following the channel, you might have recently saw that I posted like a poll on there, a question. The first question was, how long have you been reselling? And so now on Sundays, I'm going to have a poll question. Now this poll question, answer it and leave a comment. The best comment will get a $25 gift card from Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, etc. I'll let you guys know when I start that. That's going to be the second week, I think, in January, where officially every Sunday is a poll question. Answer it. Like I said, best answer, you'll be running in to get a gift card. And these questions are going to be not just reselling related, but also talking about self, like growth. What are some goals? What are some things we want to do outside of that to kind of build up in general? So Sunday we'll have the poll question. Now, this is going to be huge, which I planned to do this for a long time, but I just need to finally do this. I have a Merch Minds podcast. I do that with Young. We talk about merch by Amazon, but I don't have my own podcast, which people have been asking for a while. So go out and get it podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's going to also start that second week. And something to listen to while you're listing. I love to listen to stuff while I'm listing, but sometimes I'm like, I don't really know what else to listen to. Because if Gary Vee doesn't have some type of like, I don't know, 40-minute whatever he's doing, then I'm like, oh man, what do I listen to? And so like, I think like, not only do I need something to listen to, everybody else, it gives me something to kind of work on. But the podcast isn't really going to necessarily just be about nonstop reselling. Like if I just talked about eBay nonstop, Merch Minds is already about merch by Amazon. So you could already go there if you wanted to. It just wouldn't make sense that way. This is going to be more about like mindset, goals, and all of this stuff that we're kind of talking about. Making money and saving money. What I'm going to talk about more is like, how do you go from part-time reseller to full-time reseller? Like, what are the things that you have to have in place? Like this already gives me some like ideas of things we can kind of talk about so that we can all kind of grow in that case. and different like mindsets. Like how did I feel when I was working full time and I like hated going to work? Like how did I have that side hustle to do it to eventually make that switch? Like different stuff that this channel doesn't really cover because we're mostly doing like hauls and Ross and eBay and things like that. So I think the podcast will help you in that particular case, give you something to listen to, whether you're sourcing or listing. So that's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wednesday, I want to talk about money wise, money tips. And then Friday, I'm going to cover the results from the Q&A that I asked you in on YouTube. So that's on Friday. I'll announce who won and what the results were from our poll. So we can talk about that in general. And then also on Monday, people have asked, well, what's going on with Merch by Amazon? I've been so like eBay mode recently, also because merch is kind of frozen, that I haven't posted any merch like updates. You can go to Merch Minds, but I talked to Young and we have like random, like our podcast comes on random days during the week. And I told him like, we have to get on a schedule. Like we can't just have the podcast come out whenever. And he's like, yeah, I agree. We need to figure that out. So Merch Minds also will come out on Monday on the channel. So you don't have to go to Stitcher. You don't have to go to iTunes. If you want to stay on YouTube for Hustler Hacks, Merch Minds podcast every single week will come out on Monday as well. So you'll have the Go Out and Get It podcast, probably try to get that out in the morning. And you'll have the Merch Minds podcast on Monday that night or whatever. So that's just for Monday. I haven't even gone through the rest of the days. Yeah, this is gonna take a while.
Done. Well, we'll do another show for Tuesday. Go.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done here. So Tuesday, I definitely want to have obviously some type of content. A haul video or a tip video and or Out Hustled will now be on Tuesdays, which that has to be. We're going somewhere every month, so Out Hustled is gonna be every month. So Out Hustled will be on Tuesday. And if we didn't film or something for that reason, then you'll get like a regular haul video or tip video for eBay. Wednesday, we talked about the podcast will be there in the morning. And then Wednesday night, we have our live show with Ken the Hustlebee. So that's going to be every single Wednesday, just like we have been doing. I think Ken got muted. Okay, now he's back.
I'm back.
Okay. So what are we going to do for Wednesday?
So,
you want to tell them what we're doing for Wednesday a little bit?
Okay. We're definitely gonna still do live for sure, right? And also with our Out Hustled, I think I'm excited on this one. We're definitely gonna do a live video because most likely we're gonna be out and about on a Wednesday. We're gonna be in a different city, and we're gonna do a live video together on a Wednesday if we're on a trip for Out Hustled.
Yeah, so if we're out of town, we're together for Out Hustled, we're just gonna go live from the location, and then we'll answer like Q&A and tell you guys how it's kind of going in Out Hustled and what we're doing, and then we'll try to do some fun stuff there. So that Smasher Pass is staying, and then the monthly kind of like review on like Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, that's also staying. But we're adding in one more new show on Wednesday, which we're proud.
My favorite.
Yeah, the favorite. So Wednesday, we're going to have a new show called Beat the Bee.
Beat the Bee.
And we're going to bring in whoever we have in the live chat. As long as you have your video and everything's good, you will have to have a notebook, kind of like this. So because you have to write your answer down on a notebook at the same time that Ken the Hustlebee writes his answer down. The very first show, I'm going to be giving away a $100 gift card to, actually it's to your choosing. What it's actually going to do is that, here's how it's going to work. Beat the Bee. You bring someone on. Zombies, you want to be on, you're going to be on. Caroline, Victor, Jeff. Eventually, we want everybody to be on this live show that always follows the channel, always here in the live chat. You can sign up. And what you're going to do is you're going to go head to head with Ken the Hustlebee. I'm going to show you an item, and you guys have to guess how much that item is at Ross, Burlington, Marshalls. You get a point. And then you also have to guess what it's somewhat selling for at the current buy or the current completed listings on eBay. If you get that right, then you get another 2 points. You have to beat the B. If
So
you beat the B, you win money.
whoever gets the closest, right?
Yeah, whoever gets the closest. So we're gonna have a couple of rounds, and you get to choose. So like if you want $50 for Burlington, cool. $50 from Ross, cool. We throw that into the mix. Now, if you lose to Ken the Hustlebee, that money gets transferred to the next show. So let's say if someone can't win, Zombreeze comes on the next show. He gets the money from the other week and the money from the new week. So at one point, if Ken the Hustlebee just keeps winning, at some point, someone could win 300, 350,
Course, I'm always
$500. Like, I don't even know how far this could go.
the B's not gonna give up. You know, you just saw this that I just won the challenge with Nicole State, so I'm not gonna go down easy. You gotta have a big enough bee sweater to kill me.
You're going to have to like poison the whole hive if you want to take them down.
For sure. You know, I got a whole bunch of honey in here right by me, so I'm I'm gonna be strong as ever. Especially when I get to work out, man, I'm gonna be the ripped bee.
He's going to be do the live show in his tanks.
Yep. Yeah, next year there'll be tank tops for sure, bro.
So that's going to be our plan for Beat the Beat and getting different people on here. You talked about how they're going to cheat. Well, the thing is like the live show what you guys watch is like a small delay. So the only way they can actually do it is like that's why it's going to be important to have like an actual notebook, because it's almost like, okay, here's what you see. 1, 2, 3, flip it, and that's it. Like they don't have enough time to do research.
If they do that, I mean, if they look it up, I'm definitely faster at looking it up.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very tough because they have to have an instant answer. So I'm not really going to give you a lot of time to kind of think about it. So we don't have any time to research. It's just going to kind of keep like nonstop. So yeah, we're going to do Beat the Beat. And if that goes well, then we'll do it every 2 week or every other week, but we won't know until we get the first show in. So let's try it and go from there. That'll be on Wednesdays. Thursdays, I thought about this a lot and how I can help some of the newer sellers. And we have haul videos. We go to Burlington, Ross. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I picked up this. This is what it's selling for. I show you a little bit. Usually the videos are like 8 to 10 minutes long of a small haul video. Thursdays, it's just going to be no edit Thursday. And what I mean is if I'm going to Burlington, I'm just going to turn the camera on and whatever I walk in, you're just going to pretty much just following me throughout the whole store. I'm not going to edit anything. This is what I'm researching. This is where I go first. This is where I go last. Hey, I didn't find anything today. It happens. Hey, I found this today. It happens. So there is no going to be like a haul video in that case. Thursday is just going to be straight up, you're following me. I'm probably going to do the GoPro. I may not talk a lot. I may not entertain you, but hey, this is what I'm doing. You're following me. This is where I go first. Let's try to, okay, cool. I found an item, research it. This is what it's going for. And I don't know how long those videos are going to be. If I'm in the store for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, fine. But at least you guys get to see it without any edits in that case. So I think that'll be a pretty cool video for Thursdays. And I'm trying to do that every Thursday. So if I'm walking into a Marshall's and Marshall's sucks that day, well, so be it. Like that's reality. Like I'm not going to try to fabricate and I don't know, put in random finds. I can't even do that. So that'll be for Thursday. Friday, Ross Finds of the Week does not end. We're going to keep Ross Finds of the Week. And the podcast, which you can listen to in the morning, which we're going to talk about the poll and the answers from our poll. So that you're going to get. And Saturday, yeah, this is going to be tough, but I know a lot of the rookies too have also been asking about. It's because it's hard for me to like push Ross and Burlington finds. If you're very, very, very new to eBay and you just signed up, I wouldn't even recommend going straight into Ross finds.
Right. I
You
mean,
probably don't have the
exactly.
capital. Yeah.
That's the same thing I would advise anybody. If you're just fairly started, I mean, same exact way that I did it. Sell anything around your house that you don't need, because I could assure you that you have at least $100 or $200 around your house that you don't need. Sell that nice jacket, sell that nice shoes. It's nice, you want to keep it, but it's something that you don't need if you want to sell on eBay and make good money on eBay. So, like, downsize everything, sell everything, learn the process, how to sell, learn how to ship, learn how to box. Because there's no point of trying to learn how to source and trying to learn how to list at the same time. You're just putting yourself in a higher percentage of losing on eBay.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff in the beginning too is like you have to kind of like focus on um like getting your feedback up, building up your account, and not really going into expensive items. So a lot of people liked the swap meet videos that I did where I just had the GoPro on. I went to the swap meet to find stuff. I I don't mind doing that, and I kind of want to do swap meet videos again, just so it's like a lot of like, okay, well, I found this for $2, I can sell it for 25 or something. Only thing is with swap meet videos, I have to get myself in the right mindset to do it again because I've been so like nonstop with the Ross and all of that. But I also realize that's not everybody that's a brand new seller can get right into that right away until they build up their feedback, until they sell low cost items, until they get used to selling and buying on eBay. That's not really realistic. And I don't like, I guess, I mean, you've seen it also on Instagram and YouTube and other stuff that maybe other sellers that want to push platforms that isn't very practical. Like, if you're not ungated in something, how can you teach somebody to sell on it if they can't even get ungated?
Right.
Like that's tough. How
Like
that's not really
it's like
relatable.
it's like you telling me to sell Nike on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't. Like and I kept on with the videos on selling on Amazon when you can't do it.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't make sense to push that. Like there needs to be more practical advice on starting off and then the mid-range, which is the people that can follow me on Thursdays. And then of course the out hustle, they get to follow both of us on going out of town and doing stuff. So I think that helps being more practical that way and not
Mhm.
forcing things that you can't really necessarily do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how this is gonna pan out, but this is something that I've been thinking a lot. I mean, I didn't tell you this earlier, but I want to go back in my closet again because I've done this when I started, and then take a bunch of items that I haven't used and sell it on Poshmark. This is something that I didn't talk about a lot, but within the past 2 weeks, I've sold close to $600 in Poshmark
Oh, there we
in
go.
profit. In profit, because you know how Poshmark works, you only get to keep the profit. They send you the label minus the fees. So
Yeah.
I've sold $600 worth of items in Poshmark. So I don't know how we could incorporate this, Glenn. But that could something be, Poshmark is a good platform too. So
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good
especially with
platform.
clothing.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to kind of incorporate that in there too. As far as like some Poshmark stuff, and as far as selling on another platform
Yeah,
and
and how
learning
to
something
start
else.
up. How to gain capital when you're starting up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I like that. I like that adding that in there. We talked more about helping the the newbies and figuring that out. As far as out hustled goes, we're trying. This is a huge year for us when it comes to out hustled because last year we only had 2 locations that we went to. We didn't even go back to back months. This time we're trying to go 12 straight months, traveling somewhere once a month. This is
Mhm.
going to be a huge change and how we're going to figure that out in our own business and also with YouTube and traveling, filming, editing, getting that all in. So that we do know is that January, San Jose and Los Angeles. If you haven't signed up, go do that now. Hustlerhacks.com. When we do the meetups, because now we're not only just sourcing every month, but a meetup every month. So that also changes things as far as making time for the meetups. We know California is January. You want to talk about the bet that you just won? That now February changes. February we're going to Portland. So
Yeah, so we're gonna be in Oregon in February. Um, Me and Nicole State's Place on Instagram had a bet when she had me on her show that we were just gonna push each other to the next level. And at this time I was making 12 to 15 thousand a month. I mean, selling 12 to 15 thousand a month in gross sales. And we had a bet who gets to 30K first. Uh, so so I did it in December, as what Glenn predicted. He said you'll get it done in Q4. So the bet was whoever if I win, oh no, if Nicole wins, I would have to fly out to Portland and buy her dinner. But if I win, she's gonna fly me out to Portland and buy me dinner. So of course the hustle bee wins. I win. She's gonna buy me a plane ticket, buy me a dinner in Portland. So we're definitely gonna be doing a meetup there for sure. And of course, I can't fly to two different states if we have to do an out hustle on a different state, which we're planning to do Florida in February. But that changes everything. Now Glenn has to fly in Portland so that we could do a meetup there with Nicole State, and maybe do I mean for sure do a reseller meetup there, and then do out hustled because me and Glenn are huge Nike fan, and we've been collecting shoes, and this is where the headquarters of Nike is at. So we're definitely gonna be in the Nike headquarters employee store in February, which I'm really stoked about already.
I
So
know.
that's how things change, but it was definitely for the better, and it was definitely for a win for the shoe sellers.
There we go. So he got a free plane ticket and dinner in Portland. I'm gonna pay for my share, but Portland will be February. So we actually had to kick down Florida. So Florida is actually going to be in April. But what I was telling Ken is like I like the fact that we can go to Florida in April because the stores should be restocked by then. February, even though we're going to Portland, is still going to be, as far as what I've seen the last couple of years, Ross is still trying to rebuild. They can and will rebuild, but it will take some time. They usually get wiped out from this Q4 mess. So by that time, Florida will be way better for us in April. So January, we have California. February, we have Portland. March, we're going to Kansas City because we have that conference. That's already locked in. April, we're going to Florida. After that, May, June, July. Yeah, it's a toss-up, but some of the ones I can tell you for sure, July is going to be Las Vegas because of eBay Open. So we're definitely going there. We do know that Texas is going to be on there again, but not until we hit all the other ones. So in Texas, we're going to go San Antonio, San Marcos, Austin, and then go up to Georgetown, Dallas. So we're going that route. When we go back to Texas, that probably won't be until maybe August. September range, we're looking at probably New York, New Jersey area. We are going to go there. Philadelphia is also on there. I think maybe June. We don't know yet. But Philadelphia is going to be on there. Atlanta, maybe in May. Atlanta is also going to be one of the ones we're doing. And then I think the other one that we talked about was
DC, Maryland area.
Yeah, DC, Maryland. We're going in that area too.
What else? Where else? Where's everybody from?
And I think Phoenix was also one of those way later on. Maybe
but
not
Jeff
until
is there.
November.
We're just gonna skip Jeff.
Yeah. You know what? South Carolina or North Carolina? Where are we doing?
Yeah, if we're hitting Atlanta, we're probably gonna be hitting South Carolina, and maybe we're just driving to North Carolina too.
Okay. Yeah, so now we have
Charlotte,
that in
where's
mind.
that?
Charlotte, North
Where's that at?
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah. So the Jimmy
Okay.
Pat, yeah, Jersey. So New York, New Jersey, um, would probably be in between, like maybe summer range. We don't know yet. Um, and then let me see what else did I see on here. Yeah, Austin is going to be part of the when we go to the when we do the Texas one. Um, there you go. I'll go to the Portland one. Yeah, so Portland's going to be there. Chicago, I don't know when we're going back. We're trying to just hit like all the other ones first before we go back to Texas and we go back to Chicago. But those are the ones we for sure we have in mind. So Atlanta, Philly, DC area, North or South Carolina, and of course, New York, New Jersey will eventually be there later on during the year. And let me see. When you come to California, you're going to stay in the Bay. So California, we're doing San Jose first, and then we're doing LA after that. And let me see. I think was that pretty much it? What we wanted to talk about? I think so. As far as like the changes go, because the channel is going to have new content. The main thing that's changing from this is the fact that we get a new poll. You can win money from the poll. Our Wednesday show can also give out gift cards. But the main thing is like the podcast, having 3 episodes a week from a podcast on how to just different money tips, growing, transferring from partial reseller to becoming a full timer, different topics from that I think people can obviously relate to. And like I love Gary Vee and I listen to Gary Vee a lot, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. He's getting a lot harder to relate to now that he's just a straight up celebrity at this point. And
Right.
and he was like an underdog for a long time. Like
Now he's
even
won. Now he's won. He has his sneakers. He's won.
yeah. And that's the thing, like and even though he was like on a cover of like a magazine back then, it's still like not a lot of people really knew about him. He was still kind of like growing and getting more videos out. But at this point, I listen to him and I'm like, I can't relate to that stuff. Like I don't have um celebrities on my podcast. I don't have a sneaker deal. I don't have a team that's pumping out content for me. Who can I relate to and what can I do? And so maybe some of the other people that are looking for someone they can kind of relate to, I think I can do that and provide high value with the podcast. And yes, the podcast, iTunes, I'll have it on Stitcher, and you can just watch it here on YouTube as well. So you don't have to leave anywhere if you don't want to. You know what I mean? So you can kind of just stay with that. Casey, the same thing. He's too big. I haven't really listened to him as much. It's the same thing. I haven't really done a lot of listening to Gary Vee like I once did, and yeah, it's kind of
I
just
mean, it's
leaning
also
towards a different
with
way.
our journey. With us personal development between you and me, we talk a lot. That at some point that you have to kind of like what Gary Vee does is he actually choose the food for you. Kind of like baby food. And
Yeah,
also when you're growing, business wise, now we're thinking about really being a CEO of a company, being more of a personal brand. uh it's a lot more. I've dabbled with a lot more of intellectual concepts. Just different perspective. I've listened to Tim Ferriss, Chase Jarvis. What I'm more interested on right now is really listening on how the big players got big. So I'm more into listening to the interview. How Virgin Airlines came to pass, Elon Musk's story and stuff like that. So I think those are just the things within our climb right now in our journey that I am just more interested in keeping my focus uh, on, and not really get discouraged when there are obstacles that come through our journey, because we know that there will be obstacles. It's not going to be a smooth path, but it's just a matter of not getting discouraged and grinding up.
yeah, good point there. And Any last questions? Anything live chat you want to talk about before we go? We've hit the hour mark, but anything else you want to
Oh
talk
wow, it's
about
been
or
an hour
say?
already.
Oh, I know, it went quick. Let me see. What's some of the comments on here? Why don't you collab with Paul Cantu? That guy's a big timer. I'd have to find him first. But Paul's an awesome
Hey, look at
dude.
that. See, Jimmy Pat said Marriott hotel rooms be booked on me when you guys come to Jersey. There we
Oh,
go.
nice. Appreciate that. Definitely hang out and do a meetup, everything. Same thing. Oh, Nick says same thing with Tim from San Antonio. And with Tim, as far as you know, like Tim is like Tim the actor. He wants to do more. When me and him met up, because he came to El Paso, when me and him met up, he wants to do more like funny things, skits, acting. He wants to get away from Ross and doing all of that. It's not really something that he wants to do. On my end, I want to focus on more of like helping other people make money, the journey of that, sourcing, finds. I'm not really here to do like pranks or jokes or nothing like that. Even though if someone wants to get me in a prank video, I'll be part of it, but I'm not going to be pranked on.
But no, I was just thinking out loud because now we're talking about goals and stuff like that. Because like who knows, like we're talking about traveling a lot because like we it's just me and Glenn and his wife too. So there's just two of us right now. But when there's kids involved, that's definitely gonna change. Who knows? When kids come, there probably won't be a lot of traveling, and we're just gonna be our journey to seven figures on eBay or whatnot, right? Or maybe by then we'll have a Shopify store. So it's really having that more of a specific goals within a certain time of our lives, because me and him talked about it that let's travel as much as we can while we don't have kids yet, so that by the time we have kids, it'll be more of a cruise control mode till they learn how to walk and talk. So that's the thing. I think having that more aggressive plan when you're early, and this is, Gary Vee says this: when you're young, still young, just go all out and take risk, because worst case scenario is nothing. It's not deadly yet, but when we have more responsibility like kids and stuff like that, we definitely want to be more involved in their life and not travel when they're there already. Or maybe we will, but it's just a matter of our choices now. um, at least it's easier to make this decision now, that's for sure.
Yeah, totally agree. And Dirty Harry Films, any month Jose yet? San Jose, yes, that's gonna be next month already. Um, San Jose, California. We're gonna be there. Hustlerhacks.com. Sign up there. But yeah, you've been talking about a lot about kids lately, so I don't know. It sounds like
No, bro, no, because like dude, I just want to prepare, because I never would want to put my place in a situation when when, dude, if we did this when we have kids, what my reaction is gonna be like, bro, I can't go out hustle because I gotta take my kids to school. That would suck. That would. I mean, it's not that that would suck that I would be with my kid, but that would suck with like, as much as we love what we do, there's definitely gonna be sacrifices. But yeah,
yeah.
definitely not in the near future. See, Jeff said, do it now.
Yeah. Dirty Harry Films, baby bees in the hive producing honey. Oh man,
we
hilarious.
got we gotta guess. We got the dad bod down, so I guess we gotta drop the dad bod first.
Yeah, we need the dad bod. That's true. Already have that down. Yeah, no, that's one of the things that I talked about with Out Hustled and even with the wife. Like there are, I mean, not really that much, I guess any opportunity but right now to go travel and to do this kind of stuff. Like I don't know. None of us know what's gonna happen um with eBay, with YouTube, with Out Hustled. Like things could
Right.
change at any moment. So let's just go all with it right now. Meet up with as many people as possible. Like meeting people from the live chat in person is a huge deal for us. Like we get more pumped and excited to do that than sourcing, because it's like these are the people we talk to and relate to, that contact us or vice versa. So it's cool, like, to do that in person, meet with everybody. That's like a huge deal for us.
Mm.
So let's yeah, I think we're done. We've gone over the hour, like I said. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live show, and hopefully you guys enjoyed like what I plan to do. Things may not always go to plan, like to plan. You have to make it happen. You have to
Right.
still execute it. I've been thinking a lot about this and how I'm going to do this and schedule out to do a podcast and more videos and all of that. And I know it's going to take more time, more effort, and planning to do. And yeah, let's see what happens for next year. But that's initially what I had in store for the channel, and to see it grow and how I think it can help different people from starter to intermediate. So, Braulio, what's up? Hey, I got to meet up with you soon. Kayla, good to see you too. Great show. Appreciate it. Frankie going live next week. I don't know yet, because it is between the Christmas and New Year stuff. So, initially, all the plans won't change until January, I think 8th is what I had it on schedule. Let me check. Yeah, January 8th, that Monday, is when I really want to go all out and start with this new schedule. But next week, I don't know if we're going to go live or not, but you're definitely still going to get the same content, like Ross Finds of the Week. And I'm going to do that top 10 Ross videos of the year, things like that, kind of closing out 2017. And then we'll get the new 2018 podcast and all of that going. So I'm definitely looking for your feedback, though, for the podcast, because I want to build that up. So you guys can let me know. Anything you want to say? So I've been talking
Oh,
nonstop.
yeah, I know. Well, just okay. Here's the thing. Before this year ends, make sure you write down your goals. Let's just leave it with that, and then daily work on get to it. At least have a roadmap. I know it's not gonna be smooth, but at least you have a target, something to aim at, because that's gonna be very crucial, or the one of the most necessary things if you want to become better next year.
Totally agree. Get that game plan going, get the goals going, and then you can go from there and reverse engineer the goals and how you're going to reach those numbers and go
Yes,
from there.
sir.
So yeah, perfectly good. Good advice there. Hungry Hustler, Smash or Pass videos. So yeah, you're going to get the photos when you're in the live chat. I'm going to have the photos in the main comment, which I did that the last video. So yes, the photos will be there, and you can see that for Smash or Pass. Thanks, guys. Yeah, have a great Christmas too. Ryan, appreciate it. Happy New Year to everybody else too. If we don't get to do a live video or see you guys, yes, next year, super busy, a lot of stuff to do, growth-wise, YouTube, financials for eBay, and also networking goals, meeting new people, and doing all of that. So, Glenn Hoffman, you go to Nike Outlet in El Paso. It's kind of far. It's taking me like 40 minutes to get there. I go maybe like once or twice a month, and that's going to change. Obviously, with this new format, I'm going to go as many times as possible and get. That's also going to be one of the ones for Thursday, for the No Edit Thursday, going straight into the outlet, see what we find. So,
Alrighty. See you guys.
see you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys maybe next year. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a live show. See you guys. Go out and get it.